Hi, Generic Pudding! It's Wednesday, and so I am once again back with you! Yes! And, to be honest, this one probably isn't going to be very long, since I haven't slept in about 3 days. And, basically, I had a really, really horrible day yesterday, and it's not been good, so I've just... And, you don't understand how long I've been sitting in front of this iPad, which is between my knees, by the way. You don't understand how long I've been sitting here just making the weirdest faces and noises at myself and being unbelievably amused by it. Because, I bet everyone has this when they have, a camera. I bet this is what my selfies are so popular. Because you've just got this, sort of oh, look at my face! Or, just, taking, Snapchat, and then, you can, just, sort of send something to your friend in the middle of the day, which is just basically you going, yeah. I actually really like that sound effect. I'm gonna try that again sometime. But anyway, so, yes, once more, I am totally BSing this as I go along, which seems to work. I probably should put some sort of effort into this, but, I can't be bothered to, I am lazy, I admit it. I am a lazy person, and I am not good enough to come up with what I want to talk about very early in advance. But I do actually have a story to tell you about me and one of my other friends who coincidentally is also named Sarah. And we sit together at lunch, and yesterday there's this this little tiny green apple, those school apples. They're always really, really small, but they're still apples. So we're sitting at the end of our table as usual, and my high school has this thing that we call the bubble. It's this dome in the middle of the cafeteria, and it sort of spreads out in a fan shape, and then at the center there is this dome bubble thing, and we call it the bubble because the acoustics are really good there. And so we sit really close to that, and this apple just rolls past us, and we're just kind of and it just rolls in a circle. And we're just going where on earth did that come from? Because no one was looking for it. No, we had no idea where it's coming from. And we turned it into this really elaborate philosophical argument about how the apple represents our human life. Because sometimes people will be dropped like that poor apple, and they will roll along the metaphorical and philosophical equivalent of a cafeteria floor. And they will just kind of spiral down and roll to a stop. And that is when you are experiencing despair. Because you're the apple, and you can't seem to pick yourself up and roll any further because gravity and friction are just pulling you, and you have to stop. And then you will be picked up by the philosophical equivalent of a cafeteria monitor, who will pick you up and bear you forth, and may or may not drop you into a trash can. But then, after you get out of that trash can, you will go be one with the ground. You will be, I can't believe I'm about to say this, you will be fruitful and multiply. Because you will be fruitful because you are the fruit. You are the green apple. And seriously, we were talking about this for 15 minutes, and then one of our friends comes in, sits next to us, and goes, "What on earth is wrong with you people?" Because, okay, this tells you how weird me and my friends are. Instead of picking up the apple, instead of going "Oh, look, there's an apple," we constructed a philosophical sequence. And this is what I spend my lunchtime doing. So, to be honest, I really need to get some sleep right now. My entire body is shaking, and my blood sugar is, like, dangerously low. And if I don't get some sleep in, like, the next hour, I might actually collapse. I've never actually done that, and I do not want to start now, especially with all the stuff that went on yesterday. And, which, to be honest, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's just getting painful to even think about right now. So, I'm going on that distinctly unhappy note. I am going to sign off now, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. See you again next Wednesday.